The Story of the Banded Men, the 1891 translation into English by William Morris and Eirikur Magnusson from the original Icelandic Bandanamanna Saga. Chapter 1 of Ulfig and Od his son. A man named Ulfig dwelt west away in Midfirth at a stead called Ríks. He was the son of Skidi, and his mother was called Gunnlaug, whose mother was Jörngerd, daughter of Ulfig Jörngerson of the Skards of the North Country. Ulfig was wedded to a woman called Thorgerdi, daughter of Vali. She came of great kin and was a stirring woman. Ulfig was a wise man and full of good counsel. He was good-hearted and all-wise, but unhandy at money-getting. Great and wide lands he had, but was scant of chattels. He spared not to give his meat to any, yet mostly was it got by borrowing what was needed for the household. He was a thingman of Styrmr of Aegir's water, who was then held for the greatest chief west away there. Ulfig had a son by his wife named Odd, a goodly man, and a fair man in his youth up, but small love he had for his father. He was but a sorry handicraftsman. One named Vali also grew up in Ulfig's house. He was a goodly man and well loved. So Odd grew up in his father's house till he was 12 winters old. And mostly Ulfig had little to do with him, and loved him little. But the report of men ran that none of that country was of better conditions than Odd. On a time fell Odd to talk with his father, and craved of him help and money. For I would depart hence, things have come to this, said he, that of thee I get little honour, and to thee I give little help. Ulfig answers, I will not lay down for thee less than thou deservest, and I will go as close as I can to that, and then thou wilt know what avail it will be to thee. Odd said that it would be but little to lean upon, and thus their speech had ended. But the next day, Odd takes a line down from the wall, and a set of fishing gear, and 12 ells of wadmal, and so goes his ways with no farewell to any. He fared out to Waterness, and fell in the company of fishermen, and craved of them such outfit as he needed most, either to borrow or to buy on credit, so that when they knew he was good of kin, and whereas he himself was a lad well liked, they risked trusting him, so he bought it all on credit, and abode there certain seasons of fishing, and it is told that their luck was ever at its best with whom was with Odd. So he was there 3 winters and 3 summers, and was by then gotten so far that he had paid back all that he had borrowed, and had gained for himself a good trading penny withal. He never went to see his father, and either of them went on as if they were not akin to each other. He was well liked of his fellows. So it fell out that he took to carrying goods north to the strands, and bought himself a use of a keel, and so gathered goods, and his wealth increased speedily till he owned the keel himself, and plied therewith between Midfirth and the strands for certain summers, and now began to grow rich. At last he waxed weary of this work, and bought a share in a ship and fared abroad, and is now trading a while, and still he did well therein, and flourished, and now hath won both wealth and the good report of men. This business he followed till he owned a ship of burden, and the more part of its landing, and still he went to trading, and became a man of great wealth and good renown. Off was he with lords and men of dignity in the outlands, and was well accounted for wheresoever he was. Now he became so rich that he had 2 ships of burden a trading, and as folks tell, no chapman of his day was so wealthy as Odd, and in his seafaring was luckier than other men. He never laid his ship northward of Eyjafirth, or westward of Ramfirth. And thus ends chapter 1.